always as a child and then and even now, except now I sort of relax, you know, I sort of accepted myself the way I am. But of course I wanted to have more shape, and I don't want to be as tall as I was, especially as I wanted to be a dancer. And as I have rather large feet, once I was up on toe, you can imagine I was a very tall dancer. So I had complexes about all of those things, you know.
Imagine the world's most graceful woman, beloved by millions, yet struggling with self-doubt and personal heartbreak. Audrey Hepburn wasn't just the face of timeless beauty. She was a woman who fought through war, pain, and loss, all while radiating warmth and elegance. But what if everything you thought you knew about her was just the surface? Get ready to uncover the hidden story behind the icon, one filled with resilience, vulnerability, and a strength you never expected. Are you ready to meet the real Audrey Hepburn? Audrey Hepburn. Her name alone brings to mind elegance, grace, and style. She's often seen as the gold standard of beauty and sophistication, but there's so much more to her story than just her picture-perfect image. Audrey wasn't just a beauty. She was a multi-dimensional woman who captivated hearts both on-screen and off. We all know her for her iconic roles, but what set Audrey apart from other Hollywood stars was the complexity of her life and the personal battles she faced behind the glamorous exterior. Today, let's peel back the layers and take a closer look at the woman behind the timeless beauty and elegance. Let's start with her look, the one that defined an era. Audrey's style is still a benchmark in fashion, with her most famous look in Breakfast at Tiffanys still inspiring designers today. The iconic black dress, pearls, oversized sunglasses. It's a look that will never go out of style. But what set Audrey apart was her relatability. Unlike curvier stars like Liz Taylor and Grace Kelly, Audrey's slender frame, short pixie cut, and bold eyebrows resonated with women who could actually see themselves in her. Her look wasn't just about fashion, it was about empowerment. Audrey projected a quiet confidence, and though she often played princesses and high society women on screen, she had the every woman vibe that made her appear so approachable and real. Her portrayal of Holly Golightly, in particular, was not just of a stylish, carefree woman. It was of someone with a deeper complexity and vulnerability that made her incredibly relatable to audiences. She wasn't an unattainable icon. She was a woman with flaws, emotions, and real-life struggles. But here's the surprising twist. Despite being hailed as one of the world's most beautiful women, Audrey didn't see herself that way. In fact, she struggled with self-esteem. As someone who grew up in a turbulent family environment, she internalized a lot of self-doubt and often battled feelings of inadequacy. In a 1959 interview, she admitted to hating her appearance at times, feeling too tall, too thin, or even ugly. She said, "The only way to conquer these feelings was by adopting a forceful, concentrated drive." Even as one of the most famous women of her time, she struggled to accept her own image, and she channeled that inner insecurity into her work, becoming one of the most disciplined, driven stars in Hollywood. Her constant dedication to her craft was in large part driven by her own desire to prove herself, not just to the world, but to herself. Audrey never took her fame for granted, always striving to push herself further, be better, and challenge what was expected of her. She became a symbol not only of grace, but of resilience. Despite her personal struggles, Audrey continued to shine in a way that felt genuine and authentic. Yet, in 1989, she reflected on her signature style, saying, "My look is attainable. You just need to flip out your hair, wear big glasses, and slip into a sleeveless dress." Audrey believed that beauty was accessible, not something reserved for the elite or those born into privilege. She showed women everywhere that style, grace, and confidence were about how you carried yourself, not just about following trends. Audrey's modesty and self-awareness allowed her to break down barriers in both the fashion world and Hollywood. She wasn't a distant icon, but rather someone who was easy to relate to and emulate. While Audrey embodied the epitome of high fashion on screen, she was surprisingly more casual off-screen. She loved simple, comfortable clothing, far from the couture she wore for film premieres or public events. Audrey preferred relaxed fits and understated designs, often seen in chic yet comfortable pantsuits, blouses, and flats when she wasn't on the red carpet. Even when she wasn't performing in front of the camera, she exuded the same effortless elegance that made her iconic. Her style was marked by clean lines and minimalism, favoring timeless pieces over transient trends. This love for simplicity and comfort reflected her deep desire to remain grounded in a world that was constantly putting pressure on her to be a perfect symbol of beauty and sophistication. Audrey's wardrobe choices became a symbol of effortless chic, where simplicity was the true mark of sophistication. This quiet elegance, her refusal to be overtly flashy, her ease in choosing pieces that were both Practical and stylish was perhaps the defining feature of her legacy as a fashion icon. And perhaps that's why Audrey's legacy remains so enduring. It's not just about her impeccable sense of style, it's about the humanity behind that style. It's about a woman who faced immense personal challenges, growing up during World War II, enduring a difficult childhood, grappling with body image issues, and weathering the pressures of fame, yet still managed to radiate warmth, compassion, and authenticity. Her personal struggles only made her more relatable to her fans. She became the epitome of what it means to be both elegant and human, perfectly imperfect and authentically herself. Now, let's talk about Audrey's beauty secrets. Despite her flawless appearance, she was all about simplicity when it came to skincare. She swore by Greek yogurt as a face mask, believing that healthy skin was a reflection of overall health. She was a firm believer in keeping things uncomplicated, using natural ingredients to nurture her skin. Greek yogurt, with its probiotic properties, was a key element in Audrey's skincare routine, offering both hydration and nourishment to her complexion. Her skincare routine was simple yet effective: moisturizers, oils, and plenty of sleep, combined with minimal sun exposure. She was a strong advocate of hydration and used oils to keep her skin nourished. Audrey's approach wasn't about using an array of complex products, but about sticking to what worked and staying true to what her skin needed. Her approach to beauty went beyond just the surface. Audrey believed that healthy skin was deeply tied to internal health. She made sure her diet was balanced, getting the right nutrients to nourish her body from the inside out. Audrey would often say that beauty was not just skin deep, but something that came from within. Her wellness philosophy emphasized balance, working on both body and mind. Audrey famously said, "I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong," and that sentiment carried through to how she treated her body and maintained her overall health. In addition to her simple yet effective skincare routine, Audrey was known to use cold compresses for her tired eyes. With her signature bold brows and natural elegance, these simple methods added to her youthful glow. She understood that beauty was more than just about appearance. It was about nurturing the body and the mind. Audrey's lifestyle was centered around self-care in its purest form. Whether she was engaging in yoga, meditating, or simply enjoying quiet moments, Audrey was committed to reducing stress, knowing that it contributed to both her inner peace and outer beauty. Her sleep habits, too, were a testament to her commitment to self-care. Audrey didn't subscribe to the idea of burning the candle at both ends. She valued her rest and understood that adequate sleep was essential to maintaining her radiance. Audrey's approach to beauty was holistic, encompassing not just the external, but also her emotional and mental well-being. This allowed her to age gracefully, with her classic beauty never losing its glow. Audrey didn't just embrace simplicity when it came to beauty, she also valued authenticity. Her ability to remain natural and unaffected by the pressures of Hollywood's glam machine made her stand out even more in a world full of exaggerated beauty standards. She was always determined to stay true to herself, refusing to conform to what was expected of a typical movie star. Audrey's natural elegance was not just about her physical features, but about her deep understanding of who she was. She chose to highlight her natural features, her striking eyes and strong brows, often opting for a simple yet graceful look that exuded sophistication without ever being overdone. She embraced a minimalistic approach to makeup, favoring clean lines and soft tones, which perfectly complemented her delicate yet bold features. This understated beauty approach contrasted with the glitzy and glamorous looks that were common in Hollywood at the time. Audrey's beauty was timeless, not because of extravagant fashion choices or heavy makeup, but because of her ability to project confidence, humility, and poise. This, perhaps more than anything else, is why Audrey Hepburn became the epitome of classic beauty, because she showed that true beauty is a reflection of who you are on the inside, as much as it is on the outside. Audrey's natural beauty was effortless, unpretentious, and real. She became a role model not just for her appearance, but for the way she carried herself with grace and authenticity in everything she did. But behind her polished exterior, Audrey's life wasn't all perfection. She had her fair share of scandals, and there are things about her personal life that many people don't know. One such mystery is her rumored affair with John F. Kennedy, a relationship rarely discussed, yet fascinating. Audrey even famously sang "Happy Birthday" to JFK, just like Marilyn Monroe, but she did it a year later, in a moment that's often overshadowed by Monroe's iconic performance. Her personal relationships were also complicated. Audrey had a romantic scandal with her co-star William Holden during Sabrina. Holden was married, but that didn't stop the chemistry between them. Their affair ended abruptly after Audrey discovered Holden had undergone a vasectomy, crushing her hopes of having children with him. This personal heartbreak, however, was just a glimpse into the challenges she faced in her romantic life. She was no stranger to the pain that comes with love and loss. Through all of it, Audrey's grace remained. But like many women, she had to navigate the complexities of relationships, personal desires, and societal expectations. Despite the ups and downs of her personal life, Audrey's resilience shone through. Her beauty and grace, both on and off screen, remain a testament to her strength, authenticity, and the simplicity with which she lived her life. Audrey's childhood was filled with trauma. Born Kathleen Rosten in Brussels, Belgium, she was the daughter of a father who supported the Nazi regime. He abandoned Audrey and her mother when Audrey was just a child, an event she later described as the most traumatic of her life. Her early years were marked by the turmoil of her father's radical beliefs and his departure from their lives. Audrey's father, deeply involved in the Nazi Party, left the family when she was just 6. This abandonment left Audrey with a deep emotional scar. As a result, she grew up with a fractured sense of self-worth. During World War II, Audrey endured extreme hunger and hardship. By the end of the war, Audrey, who had once been a ballerina, was down to just 88 pounds, a weight that many attributed to the malnutrition caused by Nazi occupation. But despite these hardships, Audrey remained resilient, volunteering as a nurse, helping the Dutch resistance, and even performing for soldiers. During the war, Audrey worked for the Dutch resistance, secretly helping to distribute messages to families and soldiers. This experience shaped her empathy and understanding of the world's most pressing issues, particularly famine and human rights. Her survival was an incredible testament to her strength of will, but the trauma she faced would follow her throughout her life. After the war, Audrey transitioned into acting. Initially, she trained as a ballet dancer, but eventually moved to modeling and acting. Her big break came with the film Roman Holiday, 1953, where she starred alongside Gregory Peck. Audrey's performance won her the Academy Award, Golden Globe, and BAFTA, all in the same year. From then on, she became one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, starring in films like Sabrina, Funny Face, Breakfast at Tiffanys, and My Fair Lady. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Audrey faced several difficult marriages. Her first, to Mel Ferrer, lasted 14 years before they divorced. Later, she married Andrea Dotti, an Italian psychiatrist with whom she had a son, Luca. Their marriage also ended in divorce, marked by rumors of infidelity on both sides. Audrey was no stranger to heartache. Despite her incredible success, she often faced turmoil in her personal relationships. One of her most difficult heartbreaks occurred during her marriage to William Holden, where their love affair ended tragically when she discovered that Holden was unable to have children. Despite her deep affection for him, this became a significant personal loss for Audrey, who had always dreamed of motherhood. Audrey's philanthropic work became one of her greatest legacies. As a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, she traveled to Ethiopia, Bangladesh, and Somalia, witnessing firsthand the horrific effects of famine. In 1989, she said, "I have a broken heart. I can't stand the idea that 2 million people are in imminent danger of starving to death." Audrey used her fame to bring attention to these critical issues, and her work with UNICEF has been remembered as a testament to her heart. Tragically, Audrey passed away at just 63. After a battle with abdominal cancer, she died on January 20th, 1993. Though her life was cut short, her impact on the world of fashion, film, and philanthropy remains unmatched. Even today, Audrey Hepburn's legacy lives on. Her signature eyebrow shape, her classic makeup, and her elegant fashion choices still inspire new generations. Audrey was more than just a movie star. She was a woman who overcame great odds to make a lasting impact on the world. Her style, her compassion, and her ability to balance both the glamorous and the difficult aspects of her life have left an indelible mark on the world. She was, and still is, an inspiration to anyone who believes in the power of resilience, beauty, and compassion. Audrey wasn't just a symbol of grace and beauty. She embodied the strength of a woman who faced adversity head-on and overcame unimaginable challenges. The fact that she continued to radiate kindness, compassion, and love despite the difficulties she endured only makes her legacy that much more powerful. Through her work, Audrey proved that being a star didn't just mean shining brightly for the world to see. It meant using your platform to make a difference, to help others, to fight for a better world, and to spread love wherever you go. Audrey's work with UNICEF and her dedication to helping those in need, especially children in famine-stricken areas, is a testament to her heart. Audrey's legacy continues to shine not only through her films, but through the lessons she imparted to generations of women. She wasn't just an actress, she was an advocate, a mother, a humanitarian, and a role model. Audrey Hepburn's influence on fashion and pop culture is immeasurable. Even decades after her death, her legacy is omnipresent in the world of fashion, film, and even social media. Her signature signature looks, such as the little black dress from Breakfast at Tiffanys, have become timeless symbols of elegance and refinement. Her fashion choices continue to inspire designers and everyday individuals alike. Audrey's role in shaping fashion also played a crucial part in democratizing style. Before Audrey, fashion was primarily associated with royalty, aristocracy, or the Hollywood elite. Audrey, with her accessible yet breathtakingly beautiful style, showed the world that grace and elegance could be achieved without extreme wealth or privilege. Her innate ability to carry herself with dignity made her the perfect ambassador of the modern woman. Moreover, her enduring presence in popular culture and the media speaks to her lasting appeal. Every year, we see new generations discovering Audrey's films and her philosophy of life. In recent years, the resurgence of classic Hollywood fashion has only solidified her as a fashion icon of the 20th century. Audrey's influence extends beyond just her film roles or her style. She changed how women in the entertainment industry were viewed. Audrey was more than just a beautiful face. She was an advocate for human rights, an active philanthropist, and someone who used her fame for a purpose. In doing so, she set a new precedent for actresses, showing that it was possible to balance career and compassion, fame and philanthropy. Her poise, her elegance, and the grace with which she navigated both personal and professional hardships made her more than just a movie star. Audrey became a symbol of perseverance, a woman who overcame obstacles and found strength in vulnerability. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Audrey Hepburn's life. What are your thoughts on Audrey's story? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, keep shining and keep celebrating the truth behind the glamour.